As the year of 2016 draws to a close, the end of the Dawning event closes with it. January 3rd is fast approaching, and while many of the benefits brought to us by the Dawning will remain as permanent parts of the game, thankfully so, like SRL and private matches and the awesome new strike scoring system, the Dawning does represent the final bit of event content for the year. And so, I felt that it was a really good idea to pool player opinions about the Dawning itself, and Destiny live events as a whole. How they've changed, what's good about them, and what we would like to see in the future. Destiny has now had quite a few live events to its name, from the original Festival of the Lost to SRL to Crimson Doubles and the Dawning, and each time the live team has attempted to bring us something new, fun, and worthwhile to the world of Destiny. Now, admittedly, it hasn't always worked so well. As you might remember, Festival of the Cost. But sometimes these events have really been fantastic. And so I want to cover a little bit of what I personally consider to be the good and the bad in the Dawning, and then I wanted to turn it over and ask you guys how you felt about the event as well. In event review, as it were. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, overall, I think that the Dawning has probably been the best live event Destiny has had thus far. There are a lot of reasons for that. One of the biggest benefits to this event was the fact that it provided a ton of content for both PvE and PvP, with rewards that were really worth chasing. On the PvP side, SRL grants you opportunities to get weapons as well as armor and rep, new sparrows, the map-specific emblems, and of course, some of the best shaders in the game. And we also got the change to the armor system, allowing you to get light level appropriate racing gear, which was a definite step up from only getting light infusible helmets and class items like we had last year, and was a change that was geared towards the feedback from SRL in 2015. The fact that you can get plenty of drops from just participating in races, including stuff like Aya Salunas and even Crucible Rep, made it a fantastically rewarding experience. Even if you don't like racing, or even if you don't like the new maps, the gear is simply too good to pass up. It provides an excellent incentive to players to keep on grinding in that game mode. And the revamped quests and bounties were also worth completing. Overall, the changes to SRL have definitely been worth it in my opinion, and it's a more fun game mode than it was last year. Now, on the PvE side of things, strike scoring has been an absolutely wonderful addition to a system that can admittedly get a little bit tedious. There's an odd bit of satisfaction in building points by running strikes, and tying it in with the new bounty system from Zavala was definitely a plus. Bungie did something different with this event, in that they threw in some exotic quests and items as rewards for running content, and I think that was a very good idea to implement. Oftentimes with these live events in Destiny, the rewards for participating are largely cosmetic, like Festival of the Lost for example with the masks that you earn from playing, or buying. But generally your only real incentive for playing these events was just the option to get something new for your Guardian to wear. Which isn't a bad thing, mind you, but the fact that exotic weapons like the Icebreaker were basically reintroduced with the Dawning was a great way to get and keep players playing. Well, I guess I can't ask for every event moving forward to have a new or returning exotic as part of the drop pool for the event. It was a definite benefit to have those exotics drop with this event. It really got players up and back into the game. The daily gifts were also a great touch. Even if they only granted you small things like strange coins and motes of light, it really helped to make you feel like you were being rewarded just for playing. Same with the tag rewards. And that's exactly what Bungie should be going for with these live events. Reward people for playing the game. Now additionally, adding a new bounty system to Zavala that rewards you with exclusive gear was a very nice touch. I'm actually almost finished with the Dying Star set for my Warlock, and it looks legit. Super glad that they brought some of those previously blue engram exclusive armor sets into the world of legendaries. But adding an exclusive gear set as well as the chance to get weapons to the recurring Nightfall and strike scoring bounties has really gotten me up and back into the strike playlist almost every single day to complete them on all three of my characters, and I'm extremely thankful that the system will be continuing on in Destiny even after the Dawning event comes to a close. This was an absolute home run in my opinion. And to be fair, it is something that the community has basically been asking for since Destiny originally came out. Glad to see it was finally implemented in a great way with the Dawning. Alright, so now that we've gushed a bit about this event, let's talk about the one thing that I didn't really like about the Dawning. The treasures, of course. Now let me start this off by saying that I don't find the way that they've handled microtransactions this time around to be particularly unfair. There's plenty of stuff that you can earn via gameplay during the dawning, even a few treasures from the event via your weekly heroic strikes, reaching rank 5 on each character in SRL, and using Amanda's tag on her big present in the tower. That's about 7 free treasures if you've been playing content, which is way more than enough to get you at least 1 full set of armor. So things have definitely been more fair this time around. But some of my complaints about the Eververse transactions still remain. The big ticket items for me in these treasures were of course the all new armor sets that came with the dawning. Each class has 2 sets of armor in them, and they look fantastic. I want them, and while you do get a healthy dose of free treasures again during this event, they, in all likelihood, will probably not be enough to get you a full armor set that you're chasing, unless your RNG is literally legendary. For the most of us, at some point we'll probably have to fork over some cash, and I guess that's okay. This stuff is mostly cosmetic anyway, but my big problem is simply that even if you buy these treasures, even if you spend money at the Eververse Trading Company, there's no guarantee of getting the thing that you want. It's the same problem that I've had with microtransactions in the past, like with ornaments from the Radiant treasures. You could buy a bunch of those and get the exact same set of ornaments over and over and over. So in the end, it felt like you weren't actually getting anything for your purchase. It's a problem that Bungie fixed by creating an ornament kiosk that allows you to buy the specific ornament that you want, which is a much better system in my opinion. Now, am I advocating that they allow us to buy the dawning armor outright? Maybe, maybe not. But getting some sort of guarantee of what we're trying to obtain, like being able to select 1 piece of armor while having a chance at additional rewards just to, tone down a little bit on the RNG nature of the beast, would probably make me feel better about my chances when I'm dropping money on these things. It's a small complaint, I know, brought on by the feeling that I might have wasted money by buying these things, and it's one that I know has frustrated a lot of other players. But it's really the only big flaw I found with the Dawning event. Everything else has been fantastic. It just never feels good to spend a bunch of money on something and then not get that something. So that's hopefully something Bungie will be able to figure out in the near future. But alright then Guardians, those are my basic thoughts on the Dawning event and how it stacks up in the world of Destiny. Ultimately, I really did enjoy it, and I do believe that it's the best thing the live team has put out thus far. At least in terms of Destiny events. And if they happen to use the Dawning as a metric for measuring events in the future, I think we'll have a good time ahead of us. But that's not the end of this. I want to get a read on you Guardians' opinions on the Dawning. What did you like? What did you dislike? Be sure to let us know down in the comment section below so that we can get a general consensus about how the community feels about this event as a whole. I really hope you guys enjoyed the Dawning. I think it's been a fun event, and I'm really looking forward to the next one. Maybe, just maybe, Bungie is planning something even better coming soon. Like revamping that old Vault of Glass. Here's hoping. But alright, that's it for this one, Guardians. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, I am TheBlackLink. You guys stay frosty.